They're all talking drugs. All the amazing looking people, they're all talking diet. And I was like, wow, that's
insane.
Crazy. Like, it's a crazy dichotomy, man. This is how it works.
Dude, do you think like a lot of these like fitness icons or even actors, I was watching your show the other day, you're talking about Reacher. Do you think that they should be more open about their steroid use? Because they're fucking full of shit if they're saying they're not. Like guys like Alan Richardson that played Reacher, massive, looks incredible, trying to say he did it all natural, that his testosterone was 0 or some shit. And then even Thor, like Chris Hemsworth. And I was talking to a guy that he does a lot of work with the dude that owns like the training app that Chris Hemsworth. And I guess they were saying that when they do interviews, like the interviewee, like there's a really strict rule that you cannot ask about steroid use or this or that. And I'm like, if you're going to do it, you shouldn't just don't talk about it at all. Like, don't say that, I did it all natural, this and that, because now you're just full of shit and you're misleading people. I think that's exactly the solution, in my opinion. Either be fully open when you don't have to go around being an exhibitionist. Yeah, you guys run. I'm running 1,000 milligrams a week testosterone. No, but if someone directly asks you, I think people should have an obligation for 2 reasons. One, it's not that big a deal. Especially for older fellows. Like when you're talking about The Rock and Jason Statham, I think that they should be open just from the sake of Mark Wahlberg's another good example, just from the sake of like that's not really cheating. No. Like The Rock's 50 and he's 6'4", 260 shredded. He should go like, in order for me to even be able to do this and live my lifestyle, I'm on medicine. I'm not geeking out. But let's be clear. I have to have a doctor monitored hormone protocol in order for me to even do this anymore. That being said, I do think that you can achieve some of the best I've ever looked. Some of the pictures you posted for Flex Friday. Oh yeah, I was natural for those. So I do think that there is a middle ground where people can live in, that it's not all about the drugs. But that being said, I do think it shouldn't be such a taboo. And then also, I think that people on the receiving end of that information, people get so obsessed about natty or not, and they get, and I go, but here's what you're missing, that I could give you all the drugs in the world, and you're not going to look like that dude, because I've watched that. Mike O'Hearn's I always use that example because I used to train at Gold's in Venice, and I'd watch Mike O'Hearn at like 60, fucking crushing just stuff that I go, you know what? I'm not going to train with you. You're too hardcore. And with Bobby Maximus told me a story. He went to dinner with Mike O'Hearn at like a really nice steakhouse in LA. Yeah. It's a steakhouse. You could easily get a clean meal. Brought out the Tupperware. Bring me a club soda. He's got his Tupperware. He's like, yeah, but I don't know how much. So do you think Mike's natural? I don't care. Oh, okay. I don't care. Yeah. If I'm a betting man, no. Yeah. But what I wanted to get through to people is like, there's so many keyboard warriors that like, if I use gear, I'd look like him. It's like, no, you fucking wouldn't. No, you wouldn't look like The Rock. No, you wouldn't look like Jason Statham. Yep. No, you wouldn't, because I've seen behind the curtain. Jennifer Aniston's another one. Mm-hmm. Jennifer Aniston goes on vacation. I saw her at like a really nice resort in Mexico, and I was not trying to creep her in. I was like, holy shit, it's Jennifer Aniston, you know? And I saw her at 3 or 4 different points around it, at the pool, at the beach, she's got fucking perfectly measured food with her. Yeah. Okay. Like there's a grind you have to live by to do that shit. And so that's where I do get upset about like the idea of drugs. Now, that being said, I do want to get that message out there. A lot of people that are making paychecks on their physiques, athletes or physique athletes, models, actors, drugs is a big deal. Yeah. It's a big part of it, so I don't want to misguide people to think that isn't a component, because it absolutely is. Yeah. And I couldn't agree more. I do really think that when they own it, it's like it almost, you just kind of move on from it. You're kind of like, yeah. But one thing you said that I couldn't agree with more is that most of the people I know, I'm friends with a lot of these Olympians, bodybuilders, and you nailed it on the head, is that they're on gear, but if you ever see them train, they're working out harder than probably anyone you know or have ever met. I mean, I've trained with some like guys like you're saying, like Michael Hearn. Like I've trained with even the female bodybuilders, and they're insane. Yeah, I mean, they just keep going and going and going. And in this case, like Anabolics is just a supplement for them. Yeah, and